It will be regarded as one of the oldest community in the Niger Delta. And not just one of the oldest, but also one of the richest community in the whole Niger Delta region. And Omadinho, indeed, is a great community. In hundreds of years, it has been under the heritage of the great Ishekiri people. And it has also been seen as one of the communities that indeed predates history itself. But recently, there seems to be a lot of issues that seem to have been raised on account of this great community. I want to welcome you to Atlantic TV Media. It's a great time. Just hold on. We'll go on a break, and when we come back, we'll be diving straight into the issues of discourse on this lovely maiden edition of Community Front.
All right, my name is Desoka, the comedy catalyst of one of Nigerian comedy.
All right, guys, back at yes, boss. My name is Osh, baby.
Yemi Alade.
Yeah, what up, people? It's your boy Victor Edi.
Girl Niniola.
My name is my wife, and just celebrity type man.
My papa say, who won't carry cow, waka go, waka follow the cow. I know the life for you.
I see you know you're watching the Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV. Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Keep watching Atlantic TV.
Atlantic TV.
Informative, educative, interesting, entertaining.
Worldwide, international.
Don't go anywhere or I'll catch you.
Don't touch that die. Atlantic TV. Boom.
Atlantic TV. We wanna party.
Atlantic TV. Culturally inclined and uniquely different.
Recently, there's a trending video that seems to make many feel there's every need for a right perspective against that claim. And it's a recent claim by no other but High Chief God's Power, Brett Nekume. And he is also claiming that this great community, which has been in decades under the Shekiri, is funny enough from my mouth, the job. Well, that claim seems to be having or raising a whole lot of bells. And there's every need for us right here at Community Front to indeed dive into the issues and get that perspective clear, dwell on the issues. And that's why we're here. And we're right here in Omadinho community to address that very issue. And to help us talk about this issue of such claim, counter-claim, as being said, is no other person but a community leader and indeed a great activist. And I'm right here with no other person but Mr. Yemi Emmanuel. And he'll be indeed helping us to address all those claims that was raised by no other person but government, and also High Chief Gutsbound. I really want to welcome you into this great opportunity for us to discuss deep day and work opportunity.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Well, I would really want us to really dive straight into this. I know you've seen the viral video. And funny enough, I've seen some of your publication. I really want to see they're interesting, and it's a great opportunity having this time. But I want us to dive straight into that very claim that this great community that has been in existence before the Wariki Doubles formed in 1480 under the Shekiri domain is now, funny enough, an injustice.
Well, thank you very much. My name is Orishewanimi Manuel Agbonekuya Aginejone. I'm a community leader by the grace of God. For now, under the chairmanship of Toyo Mogbe Terence, the present chairman. We have a larger too. Thank you very much. First and foremost, let me say Tompolo, popularly known as Tompolo, the man popularly known as Tompolo, and God's Power, Benekama, High Chief, he refers himself as High Chief, is an ultra-crepidarian, meaning he doesn't know what he's talking about even. First of all, he regards Baramatu Kingdom as ancient. He doesn't know the meaning of ancient. Baramatu Kingdom that was just formed by our governor just now. Emmanuel is calling the community ancient. It's really an ultra-crepidarian. That is one. Two, it's an ultra-crepidarian in the sense that in 1949, this is a legal court judgment that we won their forebears. Our forebears won their forebears. This case went all to the stage to Supreme Court, and after the case was won, everything was finally returned back to Warri. It's an ultra-crepidarian. This is another court judgment in which their own father, after the Supreme Court judgment, there was a spill with Shell, and they took us to court in suit number W/35/1975. When the case was going on, their forebears came and begged our forebears, in which they agree in this document that they are tenants. Their forebears, their fathers, they agree in this document. I repeat, in suit W/35/75, they agree, their forebears agree to us just to sign a consent judgment that we beg you, we are tenants, allow us to be here. This is the document. I know they don't have it. That is why I said they are ultra-crepidarians. They are only talking because they want to talk. And if you want to, in any organization, I keep on saying, there are only two sets of people that talk. People who have something to say, and people who will talk because they want to talk. You see these people, they are talking because they want to talk. A community whereby we have Misa Eduko, the first black mayor in UK. She's still alive. She's from this community. If they are to follow by our tradition, if she pass on today, they will carry her and bury her in this place. And let me tell you, to make this thing funny, may God bless our forebears. All our court judgment was won under the overlordship of the Olu of Warri. So what is the bearing of the Olu of Warri and the Ijos? Nothing.
Okay, now I would really need to ask you, and the reason I'm asking you this question, why is this coming up now? Why are they having a different view or claim to this very great community? Because the reason I'm asking you this, in a press release in Vanguard on the 1st of January 2018, when this issue of the maritime university was coming here, they also almost laid claim to this very great community. But elder statement from your community debunked that. It was in the papers. And after that, we've never heard anything of this great community being a job. So my question now is, why is this now coming up now, out of all time?
Well, it's not their fault. The kind of nation we are living in. We felt Nigeria has become a banana republic, where you can just do anything you like and go away with it. Well, as God may have it, it is not our fault. We are highly blessed in natural resources. When I mean highly blessed, Omadinho community is the richest community in West Africa. I repeat, in West Africa, not even Nigeria, not even Delta states. In our place, they will say, Osambu Donju. Meaning, the successful man must have people that we envy there. That is the problem we are facing.
So that's what you feel is making this recent.
It's envy, and they want to lay claim to land that they don't have. We're in a civilized world. Is it possible for you to have land without documenting this civilized world? The answer is capital no. Or your guess is as good as mine.
Okay, now, sir, I want you to also address the issue, because this community is not only the one that is coming up to say, or rather, they are claiming it's a Baramato kingdom. Let's go also to Ketu Kingdom, or Katu, sorry. And recently, we've also heard issues about that same claim from the Jaws, that is a Baramato clan. But if we go also through some major documents, we've heard that Ketu is even a community that predates Baramato clan. It was way before Baramato clan came up. So my question is now, it looks as if so many claims are now arising from many Shekiri communities that Baramato kingdom or the Jaws seem to want to claim. So my question is, let's look at also that issue of Ketu. I want you to just talk about it because it's also in the news. What seems to be the issue? Why is it out of all these generations, all these decades, that claim is now coming to say Ketu is also a part of the job, rather than the Shekiri it has always been?
Well, some persons from Katu may. Yeah. I would not want to talk much about that.
Okay.
Because if you decide to lose your own life, it is your own life. But Omadinho is not an Ijo community. Okay. Katu still is not an Ijo community.
Okay.
We have boundary with excavers, including cattle. Go and look on cattle, they have court judgment. Go and look if they agree there whether they are a job. The answer is capital no. These are land. Or if you see most of all those land here, they are being litigated upon more than 30, 40, 50 years ago by our fathers. You know, in my place as an Ishekiri man, they will always say, Akami Weba Shakma. That you can be educated and be a fool. Our forebears, they were not schooled, but they have sense. They know, look, this thing, they predict these dates. And we have court judgment and litigation maps. If cattle want to say, and I know, it's not all cattle, all those people go and find out. If they can swear before their gods, they have collected money. They have collected money either from Tompolo and his courts. And that's just the truth. I can swear. This is river. I don't go to church. Or I will tell you I'm a traditional Christian. Thank you.
Well, okay. I want us also now to come to the issue because this is now raising its ugly head, and everybody will understand that when issues like this come up, there's always a need for the government to have. Just in a short while, we've had a press conference addressing this issue. Now, I want you to talk directly to either the state and the federal government on a need, like you said, to call these persons to order, especially when there are court cases that have already addressed these issues. We know most of the court cases, like the one you've talked about, the cases went for long, and it went up to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court, like we do know, is the apex court of the land. And these judgments have already been given. So I want you to please, because many will say, in my own place too, if you see a stone coming, it will prevent you from getting black. I want you to talk to the government, both the state and the federal government, on a need to address this issue. And like you said earlier, especially during the press conference, that this person should be called to order, not to ensure that there's a breakdown of law and order. I really want you to see, what do you feel the government, both at the state and the federal level, needs to do to deal with this issue?
Well, first of all, let me say at this point that your life today is not our making.
Of course.
Nobody should feel he owns the monopoly of violence or war. If we really have a good government, the federal government, the state government, they should come out. All those places are being litigated upon. Come with your documents to show ownership and let this thing be finalized, because there is nothing Tompolo that is courts they can do over our court judgment. These are court judgments are litigated upon to Supreme Court. If you look these documents, we cherish these documents so dearly that our father, when they want to die, they will tell you, look, I'm about to die, no. Look at the document there. Pass it on to your children. You may not even be the first child. They will see how serious you are. That is how I managed to get. Do you know, my father said I should collect this document. I'm not the senior son of my father. That he knows that I'm going to run this race. And that was what happened. You see, all those people, they are like oracle. And I've arranged it. My son, my senior son, by God's grace, is not up to 20. I've arranged his own. I've given it to him. And so other people in Omadinho, we still do. All these things, we treasure it. We will not sell our land for anybody. Any man who sells his land is selling the destiny of his children. Thank you very much.
Okay, now I'll soon allow you to go because I know how busy you are. But this issue is also an issue that really needs to be addressed. And talking about addressing it, you said you're talking directly to the state and federal government to ensure that they come in and handle this issue. But I also want to also make you talk basically to the great people of this community. You are almost like an elder statesman, an activist that talk greatly about your people. And we do know the Shekiris are really law-abiding people. They rarely get provocated, and even if they get provoked, there's a way they always address their issue. I want you directly to talk to them and on this very issue and how or what you feel they need to do. Because like you said, we heard in the press conference that they are going for peace. They are already law-abiding in every way. So I want you to also talk directly to them. Because like they also said in the press conference, it's more like a declaration of war, a declaration of problem coming. And the Shekiris are just looking at them for stating that they have evidence to prove that they are the owner of the land. So I want you to talk basically to these people of this great community and what they need to do.
Well, the question you raise, let me come like this, that a lion is a lion not because of his color of his skin, but because of the blood that flows within the lion. Like what I told the commissioner of police last 2 weeks, that we went to Asaba and they said we kidnapped 2 people. I say no Ishekiri man in the history of kidnapping in this country have been convicted of kidnapping. It's in our DNA to be peaceful. We are peace-loving people. But notwithstanding, as peaceful as we are, don't worry, bite our ear and wait for the response.
Okay, well, okay. I would also want you to talk directly to those persons that are also, I know you've addressed the issue, but I want you to talk directly to them. Those persons that in every way claiming, like you said, or we know in court cases here, with the judgment, claiming what's not there. What do you feel you need to tell them? A direct response to it. I want a direct response to it. What at this time do you really want to tell them on how to deal with these issues and what they need to do to ensure that there is peace?
Well, I don't know your definition of peace, but my definition of peace is absolute quietness in the midst of problem. We are peaceful. It's not in their hands. Let me speak pidgin English. I'm robber, we go rob once, he succeeds. You go like to go the second one until your hands go touch up. You go understand? Yeah. Now, on this issue, all still lies with the government. A country or a state where laws hold. Take example, there are 2 places in this country that law has not been broken down. One, if you go to the court, nobody will tell you, you have to respect yourself. 2, go to army barrack. Nobody will tell you how to organize yourself. You organize yourself very well. Because if you don't organize yourself very well, there's a law that is coming that will make you to organize yourself. Let the government organize this country. One day we will die. Let them organize this country and make this country a place for us to stay. You will see all those nonsense will stop. If we have an organized country, an organized state, you don't need anybody to tell you not to do that or not to do this, not to do that. And let me tell you one thing. When you see a criminal, what we call the weakness boss, the criminal will be as gentle as 2 years old child. Do you know why? He know that the remaining part of his life is lying on the tongue of the judge. Why, if na armed robber, the way they smart for express, why not smart for the kutu according to our people? You understand? When you see people misbehave, some people will just come and just be talking anyhow. It's because they see the type of country they have. What do for US? Like as I tell you, the US, they don't bargain with militants. They don't bargain with their enemy. So if you get to US, the British will blame you and say, just behave yourself. Thank you.
Well, indeed, it's a peaceful, loving community. And yes, those issues that is going viral, especially as it concerns the claim of this land by Baramoto Kingdom itself, has been addressed. And you also agree with me that there's every need to talk about those problems before they snowball into deep crisis. And that's the reason why Community Front has come here to really address the issues. And indeed, you've listened to no other person but Mr. Emmanuel on giving us a clear understanding of where this community lies. And like he said, it has been for the Shekiris for centuries, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. And all I will need to tell you is that, yes, that great claim of the Shekiris that this land is always theirs and remain in their hand is why there's a need for us to really come here and hear directly from them as it concerns who really owns this land. Like I said, it has been in Shekiri's hands for hundreds of centuries. And like they've said, it even predates before the forming of the Great Warrior Kingdom in 1480. I want to say it has been a very mind-revealing and indeed addressing edition of Community Front. And we always want to inform you that Community Front will be always on this very great platform for many times to come. I ran Michael Gobadia Rim. Let's see how we'll do this another time on Community Front. Bye for now.